Do coaches need to be good at the game? Do they need to be high elo? Now this is a question that gets asked all the time, and it was the first question that was posted on Twitter. I'm going to answer it in multiple different videos as there's a few different aspects to this question. But what most people mean, and what I'm going to answer in this video, is do you need to be high elo to know a lot about the game? The short answer is no. Let's think for a second about what coaching is. Coaching is just helping someone improve. If you know a lot about the game and you know how to translate that knowledge to players, you can coach. Now, if you've picked up that knowledge from playing at a really high elo, or from watching, from talking to people, or any other method, at the end of the day, it doesn't make any difference. Some of the best coaches working right now are not high elo. So we can say for sure that it's not something that's 100% essential to succeed. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. There is a tendency among some coaches to act like elo is completely irrelevant. Often when I'm asked this question, it's almost as if the person asking wants me to say, no, elo doesn't matter at all, and then they can take that to a player or an organisation to win an argument. But elo is something that it's completely reasonable for teams to consider. It's very hard to hire coaches. There's no organisation, in my opinion, who's really nailed down the process. And while you don't need to be high elo to know a lot about the game, if the only thing you know about two people is their elo, the correct assumption is that the one who has the higher rank has more game knowledge. The truth is, most coaches are high elo. So if you play the game a lot as a coach, but you're unable to climb, the logical question is, why not? We see people reach very high ranks with relatively average game mechanics, just a lot of knowledge. So why not you? As I said at the start, you do not need to be high elo to coach. But if you're low elo and a coach, you have to be aware that you're going to come up against some extra resistance from players or even organisations early on in your career. And that is okay. You're going to have to put a little bit more work into interviews and a little bit more work up front with players. People who climbed don't get to skip out on that work. They've just invested their time in a different way. To minimise this resistance and give yourself the best possible chance, you need to work out what you bring to a team and be very clear about it from the offset. What do you do personally as a coach beyond telling players things they didn't know about the game? What can you offer that another coach can't, even one who is higher elo? Once teams see the value you create, they won't care about what elo you are. In fact, if you're like me, they won't even know.